It's a Monday, December 9, 2024. Happy New Week to each and every one of our viewers, wherever you are watching us from. We acknowledge you. Thank you for always staying with us on Bystanders at the Newsstand. This is the New Week edition. Thanks for always staying with us once again. From the US, from UK, France, Italy, Dubai, everywhere, Switzerland. God bless you. All our viewers, we appreciate you, we acknowledge you. Thanks for always staying with us. We are here to give you the latest information as concerns what happened over the weekend and from today, from the major newspaper that I have with me this morning. Let me read from the Tribune this morning. Nigerian Tribune says, PDP chair, pro-Damagun forces plan takeover of BOT. That's the board of trustees of the PDP. Other stakeholders mount pressure on David Mark to take over in February. 7 BOT members face authoritative plot. What about that pressure over stance of tenure of acting chairman? State are part to nominate tenure BOT chairman. That's National Public Secretary of the PDP. Let me go international here. Over the weekend, we saw what happened in Syria. President Bashar Assad fled the country. So on the front page of the Tribune paper saying, Assad flees to Russia as Syrian rebels topple government. Opposition leaders call for 18-month transition period before election. In Ghana, over the weekend, the opposition has won election. Even Bola Ahmed Tinubu is congratulating them. Ghana's ex-president John Mahama wins re-election. Rivals concede defeat. Tax reform bill have no provision for consultants on tax collection. Dele, how inflation, high cost of raw materials dampens manufacturers' confidence in food, beverages, textile sectors. That's on the front page of the Daily Tribune this morning. I am going to the Daily Trust this morning. Suspend tax beef. Dry season farming suffers as dams infrastructure collapses. Farmers resort to boreholes well. This is from the Daily Trust this morning. 32 states, FCT records zero foreign investment in 2024. I repeat, 32 states, FCT records zero foreign investment in 2024. That's on the front pages of Daily Trust. Let me go to the point this morning. Tax reform. Akube plays down northern opposition as Senate meets AGF. Now that's on the front page of the Punch. Donald Trump plans mass deportations, ends to birthright citizenship. That should be a news to Africans that are staying in the US. Donald Trump plans mass deportations, ends to birthright citizenship. Lakurawa, Nigerian neighbors begins offensive against the terrorist group. Defense headquarters vow to block gaps as Nigeria, Chad, Niger hold joint military operation. Syrian rebels oust Assad, end 60 years family rule. That's on the front pages of the Punch newspaper this morning. Now, I am going to the Nation this morning. Tinubu aids Mahama on return to power in Ghana. Senator Jim O'Brien, 100 billion in failed projects offers development opportunities. UBA stock has performed with 3750% returns. Bagudu Aliyu, White House reform is transformative. It is pro-poor. Akume explains no provisions for tax consultants. Says Dele. Foreign inflows hit $4.05 billion. My last paper this morning, Vanguard newspaper this morning. Our non-appointment of ambassadors is hurting Nigeria. Envoys. Any threat to Nigeria's security, internal or external, will face injustice. That's the NSA, National Security Advisor, which no Ribadu. Marketers may lift petrol from Port Harcourt refinery this week, while Naira is in massive recovery. Race across all markets by bankers. Tinubu aids Mahama after Ghana's presidential poll win. NIM modifications. Nigerian narrates bitter experience as bank NMIC take blames. Tax reform. Senate committee meets with AGF tomorrow. Since today. multiple taxes, RAO issue vandalism, stifling telecom sector, that's outcome. Fair hike, Keyamo, SCPC at war over airpeace. EFCC investigation, EFCC intensifying investigation in NFF, that's Nigeria Football Federation. So over the weekend, we saw the elections in Ghana. It was majorly peaceful, and now the result has been announced. Saturday, Sunday, the result has been announced. Opposition has considered defeat. This should serve as a lesson to Nigerians. And we saw our annex chairman. He said something. He said, Ghanaians, they copied Nigeria's success in election. That's a word that can be so controversial. That Ghana copied from Nigeria how to run a successful election. That's coming from the annex chairman in Nigeria. He's making that statement. Let me have my first reviewer this morning. Mr. Chinedu, good morning to him this morning. He's coming. It's my first reviewer this morning. Before they go to work, they come to review papers. Mr. Chinedu, good morning.
Good morning.
Let me take you on first Ghanaian election. We saw the election. It was majorly peaceful. And the election has been announced. And we saw how opposition congratulated the winner. Annex chairman is saying that Ghanaians copied Nigeria's electoral success. That's why the election was free and fair. What do you have to say this morning?
Nobody is going to buy into what Annex chairman is saying, Yakubu Mahmood, of course. Me personally, I have a very deep reservation about the manner and how he was able to promote falsehood about the electoral processes. Initially, the Nigerians felt that with the way and manner he was advocating for mass voting in 2023, everybody thought it was going to be electronic. It was going to be an electronic process. But at the end of the day, we discovered that it was the other way around. So where did that get it from? Ghana has been conducting election, have been involved in terms of democracy over the years. Ghana has been doing a lot of things to make sure that they improve. There's institutionalization in that country, and that's why oftentimes you don't see violence. I can't remember when last Ghana conducted the election and violence is being reported like the way it is being reported in Nigeria. I don't think I've come across that. So what it tells you, it sends a very powerful message, that the world is already changing, and of course, what is currently happening in Aso Rock over whether Tinubu is going to retain presidency, of course, is going to be a lesson to him. Yakubu should not glorify himself. Already people have started calling for his sack, and I know President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to excuse him at the end of the day. So congratulations to Ghana, for that successful, credible, peaceful election. I don't think they copied anything from Nigeria. Instead, Nigeria should go and learn how they have been able to sustain their electoral process to this point of moving from advancing from one level of electoral process to another peacefully. You can see the opposition emerge here, and we are looking forward that maybe similar thing might likely play out 2027.
So now I want to take you on this. Who should copy each other? Should Nigeria copy from Ghana or should Ghana copy from Nigeria? The election was majorly peaceful. We saw how people in Ghana, they getted food. I followed the election. The person bought the food, they said no, they don't want food, and they voted. Opposition, like Jonathan did in 2015, opposition acknowledged the ruling power and the way opposition, and they acknowledged that yes, we have won. The ruling party lost, but immediately they congratulated the opposition like Jonathan did to Buhari in 2015. And I was looking at what Annex chairman is saying, that we are the ones here that Ghana is copying from. Who should copy from each other? Should Nigeria copy from Ghana or should Ghana copy from Nigeria?
If we are talking about size, we can't compare ourselves with Nigeria. If you're talking about resources and all. But in terms of Ghana got independence before Nigeria. In terms of sophistication, Ghana has improved a lot in terms of institutionalizing democratic principles over the years. You can see even the election before that brought in Kufu or thereabout, to where we are having an opposition emerging as the next president of Ghana. It tells you that they're able to get their system upright. They are able to put their system in a situation where people can decisively on their own reject any form of vote buying inducement, because the process is clear. There is independent mindset over leadership in Ghana compared to Nigeria. The only thing Nigeria can boast of is just the resources, the population. But in terms of what a nation is compared to Ghana, we are not yet it. So if you're talking about Ghana Electoral Commission and that of INEC in Nigeria here, I can still tell you globally there is deep reservation about INEC in Nigeria compared to what we report have been getting. Not even now, before the election took place in Ghana. Ghana election has been very, very open and credible. I think some time ago, P2B visited to understudy some of the things that Ghana engaged in that have stabilized their polity, that have stabilized their democracy, that have given the people a sense of belonging to be part of the system that runs a good governance. You can see what transpired there. So what are we going to? What is Ghana going to learn from Nigeria, or what are they going to learn the corrupt system? The propaganda that drove that drives the electoral processes. When they will tell you that this will be electronically transmitted, at the end of the day, a lot of stories and compromise, everything, confusion, and thereabout. Look at what is happening in River State. Look at what is happening in some other states in terms of election. You can see that he who dictates the system is the one that gets the highest votes. So that's where it is. I don't think there's anything they want to learn from Nigeria. For me, instead, Nigeria should look inward and build their own electoral system where we don't need to buy garri, we don't need to buy rice, we don't need to be given a cup of indomie, we don't need to be given a cup of beans for us to vote. So it's absolutely wrong on that. So when there are no provisions of this type of thing, then you can adequately say that people are going to vote based on their conviction, based on personality, not probably a political party. And the INEC, who is supposed to be on the side of nobody, will be seen to be really on the side of nobody, because they are the one that will decide, put all the whole processes, openly, transparently, so that people can actually say this is our choice, and they capitalize on it.
So I'm coming. Kinjo Oba, say good morning to you, everyone. To do my man and everyone around. Kinjo Oba, good morning. God bless you. Ms. Gladys Oyabo from the US. Good morning to you, everyone. Ms. Gladys, good morning, and God bless you. So let's continue, Mr. Chinedu.
Yes.
You are looking at the fact that you are saying that Nigerians don't trust INEC enough. What do you think can be done to our electoral system, our electoral policies? If Nigeria cannot trust INEC, what does the future hold for elections in Nigeria?
The future does not hold anything. That's why I told you that our problem is institutionalization and leadership. Once we're able to get these two things together, then we can move to the next level. Institutionalization, I mean, is that how do we create institutions that will serve as a pillar to democracy, to sustainable democratic processes. How do we do that? Especially INEC and judiciary are some of the are one of the institutions, are some of the institutions, that is seen to be criminalized or corrupted in favor of whoever that has the influence to dictate who is going to be there at the end of the day. I think we should be able to be having independent commissions that will be able to appoint people from such institutions without federal government or government interference. Like we come to the CBN, let the CBN whatever committee, sit down and say this is the person we are bringing as the CBN governor. If it is in the judiciary, let the judicial commission come out and say this is the person we are presenting as the attorney general or the chief justice of the federation. If you put something into legislation, then you can see that we begin to, so that anything that happens, we know who to blame at the end of the day. But in a situation where the president comes and appoints an INEC, what do you expect? You will receive some certain instructions on what to do to make sure that he does not lose any space to anybody.
So let me inform our viewers. This is an interactive session. You can comment and ask our viewers questions. Then we answer. It's an interactive session. So when you comment, you ask you ask me questions, and ask our reviewers. So you can only comment. Let us know what's going through your mind. Again, thanks for staying with us. So now we're looking at Dele Farotimi. Ekiti police has warned no to protest. Is Dele the police and his group are saying no. We are going to protest, and we're likely to see protests in London, protests in US, protests in Ekiti, and everywhere. So, Mr. Chinedu, do you think that Nigerians have this mind to say no to justice and impunity? Or there is saying that the youth are divided. Some people may be paid to protest pro and against. What do you have to say concerning this?
On this regard, I've been trying to understand why the manner in which Commander like he was picked from Lagos to Ekiti. Normally, I think there's a protocol before that kind of arrest can be conducted. I learned that the Commissioner of Lagos State Police, Lagos State, is not even aware. They invaded a particular territory, and whisked away a human rights activist. No matter how wrong whoever is perceived to be involved in this, I think emotions should not be allowed to play over the rules of the game, over the rule of law. When you allow emotions of somebody who I know where and you are using it, against the masses, that means we are not safe. After Babalola himself cannot come out open and tell the whole world that he has not offended anybody. If actually Dele actually offended him, what Dele was actually pointing at was the criminality in the judicial system, the corruption in the judicial system. How do Nigerians? I think it is a wake-up call for the Nigerian government for them to look inwards and begin to speak some of these things highlighted by Dele. That's what it's supposed to be. See how we're going to sanitize the judicial system at the end of the day. But this kind of show of strength, show of influence. I know somebody in Abuja. I'm in charge of the Ekiti State government. I know Ekiti State governor. I can use the commissioner of police. I can influence anybody. I can. Then, what kind of institution, what kind of nation do you think we are building?
So, let me take you on this. Do you even think that Nigeria was ever ripe for democracy?
For me, it is the process of democratizing the system is where everybody is having problem. There's nobody that's not ripe for democracy. There's no nation that's not ripe for democracy. But the convenience is How do you amend the process of democracy? How do you institutionalize democracy to your own culture and tradition, so that people will be able to have build bread their system based on that? That's what we are talking about. Like Obasanjo was saying some time ago, is this democracy actually working for Nigeria? If it is not working at all, how do we now create or pick some facts that put us on the position that, okay, we are not going to practice through federalism, we are not going to practice with journalism, we are not going to practice with story. These are the kind of system we are going to do that will suit our environment and breed good leadership. Democracy has been seen and understood to be one of the best systems of government in the world. So why is it that democracy is failing in some other states, in some other nations? There must be a reason for that. So if you find out that there are countries or there are nations that have not been able to breed or exercise or make thorough use of what democracy stands for, it is because of bad leadership.
Mr. Kinedu, there's a line of thought that our founding fathers, they got independence so easily and so early. Because when we look at the fact that you can see laws may be broken, you are supposed to be in a democracy of government. You see how it's like a Gestapo style of government. Anybody can be arrested. Like I said, somebody can pick me up because he's a rich man. You have seen all these things happen over and over again. Mr. Kinedu, do you think that our founding fathers got independence so early and it was so easy? That is why we have not been able to guard our independence and guard our democracy so well.
Our independence was controlled, manipulated, commanded. That is just it. The manipulation there is that there was no unionism in approach of independence. Two, our independence was also influenced by certain level of understanding, believing that I know it all, I'm civilized, then I can fight for it. Then on the other side of another angle is that social status of the people who believe that actually fought for our independence. We are there actually ready, agreeing that this is the direction, this is the type of nation we are talking about. I remember some of them had different philosophy and different reasoning. Even when they were already ready for independence, they not said no.
They not said no.
Awolowo was championing a different philosophy and ideology. Azikiwe was championing a different philosophy and ideology, because some of them did not come from the same school of thought. So it was commanded that this should be like this, based on the level of education they had, based on their status, global status, or based on their reasoning. They felt that I can now use this opportunity to seek for independence. That independence we are talking about, was it thoroughly looked into to the extent that people can say that, okay, we are going to this direction. Look at what happened in America. Look at all the personalities that were involved in American government. Look at their history. Madison, Jefferson, George Washington. Look at their history. They successfully immortalized those personalities because they went deeply and decided that this is what it should be called the new world. They agreed. Was Awolowo agreeing with Awolowo? Azikiwe agreeing with Awolowo? Or was Awolowo agreeing with Tafawa Balewa and the rest of them? They were not agreeing. They were only struggling based on what has already been imposed on them by the British colonial masters. And they feel humiliated, being blasted, and the level of racism all over the world at that time, they can no longer stand the white rule at that time. But in honest truth, they felt that they have what it takes to build a country of their own, a country of their vision. But somewhere along the line, the same factor that corrupted the amalgamation of Nigeria corrupted Nigeria entirely, and that is why Nigeria is still, struggling, crawling, at 64.
So let me round you up with this. This tax reform bill, the reason why I took you to the extent of Nigeria was because of the tax reform bill that I'm going to now. If you look at it holistically, you must appreciate Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu's intention, from the tax reform bill, seems to favor the poor, seems to favor the marginalized, and seems again to reflect how a nation should be run. But then you are seeing another opposition to it, to the tax reform bill. Now, I have some of the insights here. Number one, zero VAT, another incentive to promote export in goods, services, and intellectual property. Tax exemption for small businesses, including WHT, VAT, 0% CIT. Exemption from personal income tax for minimum wage earners, and reduced tax burden for over 90% of private and public sector. VAT at 0% for food, education, health, and exemption for rent and public transportation. I can go on and on. If you look at it holistically, this tax reform bill may at least make Nigeria look like a federal state of government, but the North are kicking against it. And some people in the North, like Senator, former Governor Babangida Ali of Nigeria State, is saying Bola Ahmed Tinubu is right, but some of them are kicking against it. What does that say about how Nigeria is being run and how Nigeria is being looked at globally?
Yes, that thing needs to be checked, but it's going to be difficult because of the number of. I think the North have 191, while I think House of Rep or Senators, while the South have about 170 something. You can see the gap. So they know that they have the number to shut down anything they are not comfortable with. And that was why the genes of middle belt need to be broken. The middle belters need to understand that, they can't continue to be a stooge in reality. And what is the reality? The North has always used them at the end of the day when it is convenient for the core North to do that and send militants, Boko Haram there, to continue to degrade and suppress them so that they can always be loyal to them, to the Northerners. That's what they want to achieve. They are not bringing anything to the table at the federal level. It's only South, South, and Southeast, so to say, that contribute 85% of whatever Nigeria is using to run. Southeast alone contribute up to 35%.
But if Nigeria,
and I'm coming to that, the issue of that. The Southwest, I think about 3.something% or thereabout. I don't think they are contributing much. The North, the entire North, zero, nothing. They collect 53 to 58% of the national revenue on Dele at every period. So what they are looking at is that, one, and then what is the justification? I think to an extent it needs to be modified, because if Bola Ahmed Tinubu goes down to back completely on this tax reform bill, it means that he is putting his political ambition against the interests of the people. Because if he doesn't back down, the North might likely not support his second term ambition. So if he is convinced about this tax reform, let him be decisive on it and push for it. But remember, I always said it, at the end of the day, I don't know the kind of exemptions, tax exemptions is going to do on certain goods and services, because the government, you cannot trust them. They can tell you this and do another thing at the same time. By the time you pass this bill now, you begin to hear different things entirely. You become confused. This is how they came up with subsidy, floating of the naira. At the end of the day, they cannot be able to fine-tune anything in that direction.
So, do you think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has the political will to withstand the pressure from the north.
He doesn't have any pressure. If you feel convinced, he can lobby. He has the money. He's the president. He can lobby. Can be lobby not on us. He can lobby his way. But don't be surprised that we might be buying a bottle of 35 cl Coca-Cola, so to say, for 1,500. Because all these things you are seeing, if it is not properly, addressed, reviewed, because a bag of rice can go for 300,000 or 500,000. Because everything you are going to tax, whatever you are taxing now, people are going to factor it into profit. Nigeria has not gotten to a level. Nigeria has not gotten to that level where everything will work as supposed because of corruption. And the Lord is saying that what is the justification when a man in the farm in the northern part of the country goes to the farm, produce a maize, bring the maize here in Lagos, and they use it for production and processes. Then who pays the man who goes to the farm? How does he collect his? So there should be review. There should be transparency. Then that you should also carry the public along on the process of trying to review it, so that people will buy into it. That's what I expect Bola Ahmed to do over it, convince people the more. Let people, at least, you failed in the issue of subsidy, you failed in the issue of floating of the naira. If you fail in this one, then we know that at the end of the day, just like what I think you said, is Bolakita. I don't know how you put it. Yes, trial and error. That's what you are doing. Before the president come out with this kind of policy, I believe he would have gone through consultations. You can't just sit down with your Lagos voice in Abuja and say you are writing this thing. At the end of the day, you say you are suspending it because the people that brought you to power said they don't want it. Is it beneficial to Nigerians? Those are the two questions the president should ask himself. Then if it is beneficial, why not go ahead and implement it? Even if it takes you rob you of your second term ambition, well, at least it would have impacted on the life of many Nigerians.
So let me ask you this last question, which comes from what you just said now. You said that Bola Tinubu should go ahead with this bill, even though if it will impact his second term ambition. Do you think that Bola Tinubu will never do that? We are closing now.
Why wouldn't he do that if he is convinced that this is the right step to do? This is the right step to take. If he the president needs to be convinced himself that this policy is going to benefit Nigerians. They not have enjoyed this in over the years without contributing anything at the federal level. We don't even know the gold in the north, how it is being run. We don't even know, the some of the things that the mining and some of the things that go on there, or what they are bringing to the table. There's no transparency, there's no accountability. But I ask you that, these are significant principles of restructuring. Yes. This tax issue. You understand? But instead of looking at it the other way, I'm asking us, why didn't Bola Ahmed Tinubu go holistically on the issue of restructuring? Do you understand what I'm saying? Why didn't you go holistically on the issue of regionalism? So that the North self will sit down and say, okay, in Kano State, we have so and so thing, we can exploit this is a necessity, we can go into this. Then, whatever they are going to make from there, let them use it and settle themselves as states. Instead of depending, okay, the government now is going to take collectively 10% out of whatever is being generated. Then, we are 35% or thereabout to state and local government. Then what happened to the so-called state that said that they don't have anything? Who tells them they don't have anything? Who tells them they cannot stand? Who tells them they cannot defend themselves? Who tells them they cannot invent? Is because that's all eyes on crude oil. All eyes on crude oil. Yes, that's what is making them see the transform as a threat. Because they want almost every month to go to Abuja and collect federal allocation. And it has to stop. The people, the oil bearing communities in the entire eastern region are not even don't even know how they the whole thing go through their backyard, and they don't have anything. Ordinary electricity they don't have, ordinary light they don't have, water is polluted, everything is polluted, but still some people are sitting down at certain house every month. They go to Abuja with their bike and collect federal allocation. Then the people who are bearing this burden have nothing to show for it. It needs to be corrected. So let him push. If he's convinced, let him push the issue of tax bill completely. But if there's any other way, if there's some of the things that need to be reviewed about it, let him go ahead and review it. As simple as that.
So let me ask you this last question. I'll keep asking our viewers. Nigerian oil, the oil in Nigeria Delta, in Ondo State, in southeast, about southeast, Ondo State, there's oil. Is it a blessing or a cost to Nigeria? You are closing now.
It has not benefited anybody because of the way the system is being structured. So I can tell you, it is a cost. It is something Nigerians are not comfortable with. It is something Nigerians are not happy with. How can you have water in your house and you are not able to make use of that water? Is that means the water has become a cost? That's what it means. What you have as a resources to enhance your economic existence has become a threat to you. We have crude oil, we have gas, we have everything. Remember, before the issue of gas came, Nigeria does not know that there was this gas flaring is a multi-billion naira industry. They were throwing it away. So there's a lot of things that Nigerians are not getting right. There's a lot of things this restructuring, regionalism will expose some states to, especially in the north. They begin to uncover and discover themselves.
Okay, Mr. Chinedu, you can go on, but thanks for coming. So God bless you, Mr. Chinedu. But tomorrow again, we have to consider this topic. It's a trending topic. Thanks for coming once again. And God bless you. Thanks for coming.
Okay, God bless you. Riwan, how are you doing? You came early today.
So good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming, Mr. Raf, this morning. So with King Joe Oba,
oh, King Joe Oba, my brother. Good morning, Big Joe from Abreba. I'm sending my message across to you. Good morning, Jane Ogo. I'm sending my message to you, Jane Ogo. Then Nelly, I'm sending my message across to you. Kelechi Aboba, Kano Aboba, I'm sending my message to you. Chief Okafo, Waneri, Ubaja, Austin, Uzo, all of you. Ngadi Afam, many of you, Mami Nkechi, Mama Israel in America, Follow Shade, many of you. You are highly esteemed viewers, and we are actually appreciating you. We've always loved to do this, sending our messages across to you. And remember what we are doing, presently. That's our party, end of the year party, which is coming 22 of this month. Thank you and thank you. I told you how I lost my phone. You will do that one later. Maybe I believe they will help me. But this time I'm down.
Yes. Maybe we just start
because I was asked scavengers. They entered the house and I don't know. It was early in the morning.
So because there's something already down, so we have to be very careful about it. But then we'll do that one. That one is aside. But let's go to the trending topic today.
Yeah.
Yesterday election in Ghana. No, on Saturday. Yeah. It was majorly free and fair.
Yeah.
And our INEC president is telling Ghanaians that we copied our success from Nigeria.
It's a lie.
What do you have to say concerning this?
No, the INEC chairman that is throwing word at Ghanaians is making big mistake of his life. God, if God is God, truly God of Israel is God. For Yakubu to send that kind of message to Ghanaians that conducted the freest election in West Africa currently,
God will go after our offenders. I don't want to be so total about this, but I'm trying to tell Mahmoud Yakubu that is throwing his word across to Ghana as a country that conducted the freest and fairest election presently in West Africa, and Yakubu Muhammadu that moved to Nigerians last year, that conducted the worst election Nigeria has ever seen in history, and is trying to tell Ghana that Ghana is copying from Nigeria. Ghana would never have copied from Nigeria. Ghana could never have done that. It is a lie. Mahmoud Yakubu conducted the worst election ever in history of Africa. He abandoned the electronic device, but paid for billions of naira. He used manual and manipulated the Igbos, and manipulated the Yorubas, and manipulated the Hausas, and manipulated the Urobos, and all the ethnicities in Nigeria, and robbed them their own what? Civility, civil rights, their own rights, their own choice. Mahmoud robbed them, and now it's throwing word across Ghana that Ghana is, if Ghana could emulate Nigeria, let me tell you, their city would have become like ordinary peppers on the street of Lagos. Look at peppers. That is what our money is. Ghana city is costlier than Nigerian money. Better, more expensive, more valuable. And Mahmoud Yakubu is trying to tell Ghana that they are emulating us. Ghana could never have done that. The electoral system over there is more or less like the electoral system in America, in Europe, and other advanced countries of Asia, Australia, and so on and so forth. Ghana will never ever be measured with Nigeria. Ghana is further. See, Mahmoud Yakubu, you're a Fulani man. You deprive Nigerians their rights. You throw Nigerians into this kind of chaos. The current chaos we are now, you cause it yourself. So I'm not here to abuse you, Mahmoud. But what I'm here for is that God, nemesis, retribution will actually take its course. So yes, a man soweth when he's alive, he's going to repeat when he's alive. His children are going to repeat when he's gone. I'm telling you, you don't talk. Shut up! You midget. We are not going to refer them midgets. No, I don't care. The person that brought the election, that the whole Nigerian, Yoruba did not ever say this is Igbo man. Yoruba came out and voted for the Igbo man. Hausa did not say this man Obi is an Igbo man. Hausa came out and voted for him. Mahmoud Yakubu that is telling Ghana that they are emulating Nigeria. To attend that effort, he denied Yoruba man his choice. He denied Igbo man his choice. Hausa man and so on and so forth. Oga, Mahmoud Yakubu, let us be telling ourselves the truth. He's a midget. He's a man that has robbed us our rights. I did not come here to paint him good. Oga, listen, Farotimi has been arrested. Do you know that? Because he sent the right thing. And again, why not arrest Aisha Yusuf, that lady from Auchi, Edo State? They should arrest him too. Why not come and arrest Tory Falana? Why not come and arrest me? Mahmoud, you don't need to talk. Shut up your mouth. Close your mouth.
So yesterday we saw the elections in Ghana and Saudi. Politicians brought food to them. They said no, you are not hungry. They getted the food in Ghana. And the election was peaceful. What do Nigerians can learn from Ghanaian elections over the weekend?
Everyone tell them, you know, I've been telling them. This is why you are controlling me. I don't know where you stand. When I'm telling somebody that has erred, someone that has wronged Nigerians, you are like trying to control my emotion. You are now asking me, what do you think Nigerians should do? Is it not emulating Ghanaians that rejected money? Is it not emulating Ghanaians that rejected food? They rejected dichotomy, going house by house, buying Indomie and minerals, which Nigerians always accepted, especially in the southwest where you come from. They give you people Pepsi and the rest, all of them, Indomie and other things, you accept. Teach your people to reject money. Anambra people will reject money. A woman rejected 5,000 naira and gave the person that gave him 5,000, 20,000 during Charles Moore for Soludo election. Are you listening to me, Rewa? Teach the people in this area. I cannot teach again because if I start teaching them, you will like to slow me down because I always say the truth. Nigerians should learn from Ghana. Ghanaians rejected money. They rejected food. They rejected beans. They rejected Pepsi. They said, no, we are not hungry. We must vote the right person. Atamel, or what is the name of that Ado or whatever he call himself. I believe that that president of theirs has been hosted out, isn't it?
Yes.
Someone else won the election. That is the choice that Ghanaians made, the right choice, and their choice has actually come to stand. So we Nigerians, we have issue with people that are accepting Pepsi, accepting 5,000 and 2,000, going to the polling unit where they are casting vote to start fellow human being that is trying to make his own choice to vote the right person. People will go there and tell Mama Emeka, don't come out and vote at Ocho the Axis. Mama Chike, don't come out and vote at Ago Okota first time. Mama Chike Obi, go to Anambra and Dimo, go and vote. Don't come and vote in Lagos. People are saying it and they're going free. They're working their, going their normal businesses. No police IG, no police commission. Nobody has ever questioned the authority of people, the prerogative of people that are debunking the Igbos, their rights. Nobody has ever talked to the people that are fighting Taju and Yemi and the Falana from voting the right person during the election. And today we've seen what happened in Ghana. Ghana, we Nigeria should emulate Ghana. It is not Ghana that should emulate us. Do you know what Mahmoud means? Mahmoud just said, Ghana, you should have emulated Nigeria by rigging. It is too late for Mahmoud. Mahmoud was sending word across to a country that has stopped Fulani from rearing cows from street to street. In Accra, Kumasi, Gao, Ghana, if they see any Fulani man rearing cattle in the farmland, they will stop them, they will jail them, they will kill their cows. So these are the people that we should emulate from. They shouldn't emulate Nigeria. Nigeria is like condemn my rotten egg politically. Rotten egg politically. We are saying the truth. You are there as a political leader. You are what? Denying Nigerians their rights. And you think you are doing the right thing, that God will turn his back on you. God is going to punish any erring politician that has been depriving Nigerians their rights, depriving Nigerians the goodies. There are many goodies expected of this yellow-tie season. Nigerians are not going to get access to that because of what? The kind of excruciating economic situation we find ourselves here is orchestrated as a result of bad political leadership we find ourselves in this country. So if Mahmoud is throwing word across to Ghana, let me tell you, Oga, Mahmoud is like telling Ghana, why don't you have Fulani? Why don't you allow Fulani to rule over you? So that Ghana will be very, very rotten, not even bad, rotten egg. So that Ghanaians will be suffering as Nigerians are going through hell this time around. He should chop up his mouth. Okay, Nigeria should learn from Ghana, according to our question. We should learn from them. And I want you to educate your people. Because as I'm an Igbo man, I'm not here again, no. I'm advising you. If I'm doing any analysis for Nigeria, I'm doing it for charity purpose, philanthropic purpose. Yes, I'm trying to bless Nigeria because you know what happened recently, and I believe deep into it, in total, that Biafra has gone. So whatever I'm doing here, I'm trying to help Nigeria.
So we are looking at the fact that
from Ghana,
we are looking at the fact that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu also congratulated the new president of Ghana.
What is needed?
And he's saying that the will of the people must be respected. That's what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is saying.
Okay, your will, did we respect? Did they respect your will last year? Our will. Did we get anything from our will last year?
INEC announced that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president.
Denial of coming.
Then the court will also ratify that Bola Ahmed Tinubu truly won the election. So there's nothing we here can do. We have been confirmed president is the president. So now let's go to this tax reform bill. Many Nasara centers are having issues with it. I've just read out some of the policy from it. We must acknowledge that Bola Ahmed Tinubu seems to have the best interest of mass at heart. Yes, on this tax reform bill. So what do you have to say about it?
The tax reform bill, I think, has come to stay even before Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Only that the kind of senators and lawmakers we have in the House, they are, lopsided senators. We have a lopsided Department of Executive. We have lopsided even judiciary department. They don't come out with promises that Nigerians could even benefit, and no policy like that as well. The kind of policy they come out is what only benefit them. Again, look at the tax reform bill. Who are the people kicking after or against tax reform bill? The Northerners. How? Because the southern Nigeria, where the resources that generate revenue for Nigeria comes from, are the one that are hammering, beating drum, gong and the Ekwe wood gong for tax reformation in Nigeria. Do you know why? The Anambra states, the whole 5 eastern states, the whole Niger Delta states, they are the one, including Lagos State, paying salaries for the whole north. The money generated from south is what we use to pay salaries over there. That's why the north has been so reluctant to support tax reformation bill. The tax reform we are talking about.
I'm coming. Mr. Tunde Okafor is greeting everybody.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Tunde Okafor, good morning.
Good morning.
I always say, glad to hear about good morning.
Good morning.
Always good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I greeted you earlier, that's sir.
Yes.
Thank you. You are welcome, sir. So what I'm trying to say is that the people that are kicking against tax reformation or reform are the northerners, because they have nothing to offer. All the mineral resources discovered in the north over the years. I know Plateau State as where tin comes from, bauxite, and the rest of the minerals are coming from Plateau State. Then again, Sambisa Forest, we head of lithium, uranium, californium, and so on and so forth. Many resources are there. That's why they invited ISWAP from ISIS, Boko Haram from Mudu Cherif, Lukarawa from Iran, and their camp is in Sambisa Forest to wage people, to stop Southerners from knowing the benefit of the mineral resources at Sambisa. Sambisa Forest is as big as the whole southern Nigeria. The southern Nigeria, I mean, the states from where the oil, crude oil is coming from. The land size of Sambisa Forest. Sambisa Forest is having border with Chad, Cameroon, and so on and so forth. The kind of mineral resources Nigeria has there is the reason why all these North politicians camp. They make that place a camp for terrorists, so that people will never go there. So the Nigerian government will never, especially the Southerners, go there and get the benefits of the resources at Sambisa Forest. Today, everybody eyes, all the north are on the taxes, revenue generated from the south. That is what they use there as their salaries to feed all the civil servants. I don't really understand. And Tinubu is begging them. Why must Tinubu beg them? Is Tinubu not the highest politician we have in Nigeria? Tinubu had his ways and won election, irrespective of the fact that we did not vote for him. Irrespective of the fact that the North does not want tax reform, Tinubu should have what? Edge over the senators in the house, because he has his money. Nobody can compete with Tinubu. Tinubu is the biggest politician we have in Nigeria. So how then could this tax reform not get what? Positive end? Why? Tinubu has power, authority, everything over anybody in Nigeria. Lobby with your money, lobby the senators in the house, so that they will actually know that tax reform is what Nigerians are going to benefit from.
But are you in support? This is the question now.
I'm in support of tax reform. Why to do that?
So do you
know how much gas deposit the long lasted of that gas deposit discovered in Anambra State is going to last for how many hundreds of years in Nigeria, and we are using it to feed the north. And the north is mining their gold, the north is mining their tin, their uranium, and so on and so forth. And they don't want to bring it into the federal purse. They only mine our own, and we use our own to pay their salaries. Why shouldn't I support tax reform bill? See, tax reform bill is another restructure, a restructure in another way. That is tax reform.
So, Kate Perry, hi guys. Good morning, Kate Perry. Happy New Week. God bless you.
Happy New Week.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. President, good morning, everyone.
Yes.
Good morning. God bless you, President. David Okafor, I'm Sunday Okafor saying good morning, Mr. Yohan Masi, after and happy Christmas in advance.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Sunday Okafor, thank you so much. I like to announce here, our end of the year party is coming up by December 22nd. We are expecting something from our viewers all across the world. We are having this technical issue. We are not able to type the account number on the screen here. But after the program, we always type it. And we have called out the account number. It belongs to Mr. Matthew, Pastor. That's what we do every year. Pastor Matthew, every year. So, Mr. Ralph, the oil in Niger Delta or the oil in Nigeria, some part of southeastern part of Nigeria, the oil in southwest in those states? Is the oil a curse or a blessing to Nigeria?
If you ask me, I will tell you the oil should be blessings, gifts, big benefits and gains to the people that find themselves in this contraption. It is a blessing from God. But the way the oil is managed is wrong. If the oil is sold and the money is used properly, I think nobody should be complaining. The oil is mined or explored or drilled in a right of way, and it goes through normal processes within Nigeria. It is not properly distributed, it is not properly used. Look at the petroleum product that comes from crude oil. How much is per liter? 1,000 naira can no longer buy petroleum product, fuel, per liter of fuel. 1,000 naira does not again. It starts from 1,300 up. It is not properly managed. Nigerian families all over Nigeria, if you have a car now, it is a wife that you have married. Controlling 7 cars is marrying 7 women. Because to buy fuel, to refill your tanks, you are going to be paying thousands. You will not have the enough money needed to pay your children's school fees because you have 7 cars. People that have even 1 car, they find it very difficult. Come to Lagos again and see. Most of the places we have vehicular traffic. There's no longer vehicular traffic because why? People don't afford petroleum products anymore. Per liter is over 1,003. What are we saying? We are not benefiting from the oil that we have in Ondo State. We are not benefiting from the crude oil we have in the whole southeastern states. Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Anambra, River State. Are you listening to me? The former Bende State, Delta, and the Edo State. They are all Imo State. They are all oil producing states. Go there. In Imo State, it is 1,400. Whether you like it or not, you go to court. If you don't like what you are buying, go to court. That is what Adam Ochobolo is telling every Nigerian. If 1,005 is not done, go to court. That is what they are saying. And if you go to federal government of Nigeria to court, you are on your own, because federal government of Nigeria, the government of the day, they have bought court. Court does not give us any benefit anymore. Court does not give us justice anymore. If you go to court, you are on your own. Oga crude oil, you are asking me, no, and the southeast, south, the benefit. Oga, there is no benefit again. Somebody is making use of that crude oil. Somebody is having a refinery in the faraway Malta. Somebody is having a refinery all over the world, refining our crude oil, pocketing the money on his own. The crude oil generated fund, subsidy generated fund. Where is the money? Have you ever had the phenomenon told you that this is the amount we realize today? What about the chief of staff? What about the secretary to the government of federation, George Akume? I think he is. I might be making mistake. How much have they come out and tell us this is the amount of crude saved or generated as what? Subsidy, oil subsidy. This is the amount. Where is the money? We are Mugu. We are what? Mugu. We are following them. Wherever they go, we follow them because we are Mugu. If you come out to say the truth, they'll be looking for you. Farotimi. Farotimi now is in a cross. What? Is in danger. They have arrested him. They have sent him to jail already. IGO police is against him. Inspector General Police. Does the Inspector General Police not know that what Farotimi is doing is right?
But you are seeing the old man is saying that if the Farotimi can prove these allegations against me, he will be set free.
Against who?
I know it was Are.
You said it. I read it.
Yes, it was one that said it was the one that is against Farotimi before the IGP now
pick him.
I know I'm saying for the IGP now they have even added to the charges now. But the Are is saying that even if Farotimi can prove that everything that he said against me is right, he would be set free. What do you have to say?
I don't want to listen to any Are Babalola. Is he not the 95 years? And I think he's a clergy, Abi.
No. He's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer too. It doesn't matter. Listen good. Nigerian government is bent on buying us, buy you, turn you against me. If Nigerian government give anybody money, that person can go against anybody in Nigeria. Are Babalola, sir, Farotimi is a man that we know that is fighting for common man in Nigeria. He has not committed any crime so far. If you as a lawyer, you know had any issue with Farotimi, it shouldn't be degenerated up to the level of jailing the young man. He is a human rights activist. Anybody that goes after a human rights activist is against Nigerians, is against humanity. I don't know what I understand. I repeat, the people that went after Ghanian when Farotimi was alive and jailed him several times, he was the most jailed human rights activist in Nigeria. Ghanian Farotimi, they are against Nigeria. They are against humanity. They are still living. They are still alive. The same people are still against humanity. And Ghanian Farotimi has gone to the beyond. I don't know what I understand. So, Baba Are, sir, Baba Lola, sir, Elder, Baba Lola, if anybody is against Farotimi, that young man that is in jail, the whole Nigerian Bar Association, lawyers, human rights activists, they were protesting last weekend though, with banner across Nigeria. If anybody could go against any human rights activist, that person has gone against humanity. I just want to just peg it there, sir. I'm not here to abuse you or to charge you of any offense. I don't know. But I said anybody that has gone against anybody that is fighting for the poor, for the right of Nigerian citizens, for the right of the less privileged, for the right of the oppressed, that person is against humanity. That is my answer.
So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
So far, so good. Who do you think is the best governor in Nigeria?
The best governor is Dele Soti.
We saw Dr. Baje Sanwo-Olu. We must acknowledge him.
I did hear.
Last week, they unveiled this something that looked like a food bank, whereby foods are being preserved. We must acknowledge when somebody does something good. Like I said,
who is eating the food?
This channel is not a Yoruba channel, Igbo channel, Fulani channel. It's neither a pro-government channel or anti-government channel. Whatever we see on the that's organized. So we saw that it's just unveiling. Hereby there will be preservers of food instead of when food season goes, then the food starts decaying. No, that's unveiled this thing now. Whenever there's influx of, I'm talking about these crops, when they come, they preserve it, which is never commendable. So you must commend you here. But in your opinion, who is the best governor in Nigeria?
My opinion says that we don't have food to preserve. We don't have food to go and store. What we have food for is to eat. When we have food, we bring it out. The poor will eat it. The hungry will eat it. The less privileged will eat it. The mendicants, I mean the beggars, should eat it. See, Sanwo-Olu preserving food or building food bank is for him and all his family and his camps, APC. Oga Sanwo-Olu is not the best governor of Anambra State. Let me answer you your question.
I'm too account saying that by Saturday for you innocent man because he's speaking on behalf of less privileged.
You see it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Baba Tunde Okafor. Then again, you ask me a question: who is the best governor of the country? The best governor out of the whole governors in Nigeria. Number one is Alex Oti of Abia State. He converted Abia State to a modern state under 6 months. Ojo Okalu did not do that under 8 years. I'm an Igbo. I know they preserve Igbo. That is bad. Throw the Oji 1 year. They did not. No, this is Philip Teresa. This is Philip Teresa. Throw the Oji. No. Thank you, sir. Throw the Oji did not do that under 8 years. I'm an Igbo man. Throw the Oji Igbo. I don't have devil. Okay, it was during his regime that they went to Nnamdi Kanu's compound and killed everybody. They killed Nnamdi. Nnamdi jumped, enter fence. From there, they arrested Nnamdi again in 2020. Okay, the governor, 8 years, nothing. So, see, I'm trying to exonerate who exoneration is due. I'm here to celebrate who celebration is meant for. I'm here to promote who deserves promotion. Alex Oti converted Abia State under 6 months. Go to Abia State and see international airport is going to be functional. Dry seaport is going to be functional. And if Nigerian government says no, it's going to take them to ICC. You're warming up, you federal government of Nigeria that is crazy about development of Nigeria.
So you are looking at the fact that you have chosen Governor Alex Otti as the best governor.
Yes,
I just focus on the fact that
I have many examples.
Someone is not. No. I'm just saying that
someone who is banking food, studying food.
No, I'm just saying that what he has done
is for chop. You don't put food. You don't store food.
You're not able to preserve it. It might get so. I'm just saying for the fact that over the weekend, what Baba Sanwo-Olu has done, it deserves to be commended. And
I cannot.
No. It's your opinion, but you have to just say
my own opinion. I don't commend
what he has done.
No.
So now, Mr. Raf. Now, Northern and Southern divide in the National Assembly.
Yes.
Let me close now. We are closing. What do you have to say? There's not a Southern divide in Nigeria. What is the way forward for the National Assembly concerning this tax bill? We are closing now.
Thank you so much. The way forward for this tax bill issue, the argument has been heating up for over how many weeks now, if not up to 1 month, and they have not arrived at what? A conclusion, very healthy conclusion. So, suggestion from Raf Mbechi, the only thing they should do in the house is let Hausa, Fulani, United States of Hausa go. When they cannot agree together, man and woman should do what? Divorce. When husband and wife cannot agree together, what do? Is it not divorce season? Everybody should divorce. When they could not come to a very healthy conclusion on this tax reform that is going to benefit every Nigeria, everybody should go. Now that they are threatening Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that is not coming second term. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for being a man of your own, lobby. You are a lobbyist. We know you are the biggest politician in Nigeria. Lobby and win over them. Who are they? You will win, and what you good up so that it is going to be well with Nigerians, not Biafrans. So because we don't go, we Biafrans we don't go. Do your best so that you go there well with Nigerians.
So thank you so much, Mr. Raf, and God bless you.
I remember mine.
So Pastor, today we are out of time, and the other people
I was there on time.
I know, I'm talking about we, and then we are talking about just going straight to the point because of some protocol. But good morning, Evangelist Benjamin Ezesinat. Good morning.
Good morning. Ụtụtụ ọma Igbo ndị nwe mmadụ. Ebe ọ bụla ị na-enene ihe onyonyo a, ọ ga-adịrị gị na mma na Jesus.
So let me talk from King Joe Ogba here. But you just greeted in your native language. Can you tell other people the meaning?
What I mean is this: good morning, our viewers. That it shall be well with you, and glory be to God who has made it possible for us to be alive today, to witness today, in the name of Jesus.
Amen. So, King Joe Ogba is saying that Abia State Governor Chief Alex Otti is the best governor in Nigeria. In less than 2 years, he has done what previous governors could not do in 24 years. David Okafor is saying that I'm Tunde Okafor, saying that all these Okafor is the worst criminal politician.
Hey, number one.
I'm coming out. Alex Otti is the best ever known governor in that expired country called Nigeria. Do you agree with him?
Yes. Of course, 100% agreement. I agreed with him. You remember, I said one thing, under the space of 1 year plus, go and see how about, if you are living, you know about, especially area. If you see that area market, if you have been in Aba before, my brother, area market is as big as this whole place. But my beloved, you cannot walk there whether dry season, whether rainy season. You don't know when it is rainy season, you don't know when it is dry season. Because the mud there is much. Narrowly moving. I get you. But go and visit area today. Area has been transformed. Alex Otti said that it's not competing with the Lagos, it's competing with the Dubai, with the evidence, and we are seeing it. They remain number one in the whole federation. Nobody. Just like my brother Raf just finished speaking. He said, Theodore, after Ojos Okalo, Theodore took over, making it 16 years and nothing happened. In Pazu too, the enemy of progress, enemy of society, these are their group, they are set. How many years? 16 plus 8 is making it how many years? 24 years. Area remains in darkness, in a mud. But under a year plus, Area was transformed into, like, you know, if you want to talk about Area now, you are looking at Area as a way, the way you look at Canada. You understand me? So, and that's just it. Let's give kudos to whosoever that kudos is due for.
So we are looking at the fact that people are saying that 24 years was wasted under previous administration.
Yes.
Of the PDP. Now they are not saying that after 24 years, we have seen Orji Zokalu, we have seen Okeze Pazu, we have seen Theodoji.
Yes.
That what Alessandro is doing under 2 years might have been an opinion, might have surpassed 24 wasted. That's how they call it, 24 wasted years of them. Do you agree with that opinion?
Of course, 100%. That is why I am analyzing it. Remember what I said initially. I said if you go to Ariara, why I mention Ariara, I'm not telling you that the whole state is not okay, but I am mentioning a major market. When you mention Ariara, you're mentioning a major market in Abia State, in Aba. Are you getting it? And let me tell you, in Aba, this place I'm talking about, there you will see people, the Igbos, the Biafrans producing clothes. They make shoe. They make. They are very good in producing anything. Are you getting it? In that place? And let me tell you another. In that market there, any clothes that come from there, you cannot have part two in the whole Federation of Nigeria. Any market, any clothes. That is why any clothes that come from there always remain special and look different.
So now that you are saying that you have, I don't really know about that place.
Yes.
But if, like you have described,
I'm not an Abia State man,
okay,
you know.
Yes.
Like I said, but that's because I visited there and I am married from there. So I visited that place. So I know the way it looks.
If you are watching, kindly click on this like button, all notifications, share what you are doing.
You don't know my share button.
But okay, but all notifications, like what you are doing for others to come and benefit what you are doing here. If you are saying that many people are agreeing with you that it seems that Governor Alex Otti has been the best since the history of Abia State. The question should be that where has he been before? Why don't you vote for somebody like Governor Alex Otti? Why were you voting for other politicians ahead of him?
No, Alex Otti did not come out during the time of Theodoji. He did not come out during the time of Orji Zokalu. He did not come out during the time of this man Ikpazu. He came out, I believe he came out at the appointed time, at the right time. And I remember one of his campaign. I get it. He said in his campaign, you know what he said? He said that the Abia State money will be spent, is going to be used in Abia State and for the benefit of the Abia people. He himself is already made. He's a billionaire. His children are billionaires. So he's not coming to the state government to come and root money because he's not an greedy human being. Are you getting it? For how long, how much he won't get away never see for life. Waiting one mover. Are you getting it? And let me tell you, these are one of the things we are suffering in Nigeria. Are you getting it? People are suffering here. That you see the right person. Are you getting it? Even when you voted the right person, incumbent government will not at the prime time. And thank God for the obedience Labour Party slogan or whatsoever. Obedience. Now he came at the right time, and with the influence, the credentials of Obi as the former governor of Anambra State. Are you getting it? With some Yorubas and some part of Nigerians are testifying a positive part of Obi during his own tenure as an Anambra State governor, which I myself, do you understand me? Because mostly before I go, I must go to Anambra before I continue my journey. I know what P2B in one way or the other has done. And glory be to God that this man came at the right time today, to fulfill what he has promised us. That which he used for campaign is what is bringing to the ground. Not like other ones that will come and they will promise us heaven and the earth. At the end of the day, they will close the door. They will busy packing the money. but this one is giving us the money.
There's a line of thought that says that the INEC electoral chairman in that particular place, Abia State, she's a woman. She should be appreciated. Credited. Coming. Dr. Nena Oti, because I want to add that she refused money. She refused endorsement from other politicians. Do you agree that the people that have been voted for in Nigeria are not the rightful winners? That is why they are not performing.
Of course, there is something. There are things I want you to understand in life. Are you getting it? When you make a promise, people is like children. You know, when you make a promise to children, children will keep reminding you, daddy, 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 daddy. You remember you said this. You remember you said it. They will be expecting you to do it. And whereby you are not doing it, the spirit of that children will be hunting against you. It will make you not to do well. Are you getting it? It will not allow things to work out fine for you. And Nigerian politicians, other part of the state in Nigeria, let me tell you, what they are using in campaign, what they are saying is different from what is going on in their heart. Are you listening to me? What they are saying, concentrate, leave them. What they are saying is quite different from what is in their heart. You get it? So their heart is saying different thing, while their mouth is saying different thing. You get it now? So when they get to the power, what they do is what is in their heart, not what they say. But this man called Oti speaks from his heart, and that is why he's acting this way. What he said is what is proven to us that yes, I say this, and it's from my heart. And let me tell you, on a normal circumstances, a politician that use anything to campaign must, by fire by force, that which you use to campaign, you tell the people that made them to give you their vote. You're supposed to give it to them on a norm. You get it now? You're supposed to give it to them so that they will have that trust in you, so that you will build the confidence in them, then they will become part and one of you. That is how it is supposed to be. But it's not working in other part of the citizens that have ruled this country. Are you getting it? Except this man, he is the only one that have promised, that have said, I am going to use the money that belongs to Abia State. I will return it back to Abia State. And that is what is exactly doing.
So let's talk about the tax bill by President Tinubu. It's saying that this tax bill will favor Nigeria. This tax bill will favor the poor people of Nigeria. We are seeing opposition from the north. They all are saying no. We are against this tax bill. President Tinubu have the political will and implementing the tax bill.
Of course, Tinubu is the #1 citizen of Nigeria. Am I right? And he will remain the president of the federation. Am I right? Am I right? Now, he has rights, because I believe one thing, as a man, I don't know about him anyway, but for me, before I come out to make a decision, I will sit down and think over that decision that I'm about to take. And by the time I finish, whatsoever that comes out of it, that is what you will see me bringing out. And when I come out with it, I don't go back. So I believe that Mr. President himself might have slipped over this issue before coming up with it. I believe. And if he should come in that angle, I don't see him, I don't support him withdrawing, irrespective of any pleasure that may come from the north.
So we are saying, but this bill, I've seen the bill, it is very good for the poor people, and again, it will make sure that every region enjoy.
Let me tell you, Tinubu is dead. That is why somebody like me, I am angry with him. Do you know why I am angry with him? Listen, and listen carefully. Yes. The viewers hear me. Why I am angry with Tinubu is this. we believe, though the election was rigged to his favor, but I believe that he had an experience. Remember, he was part of the set of 1993 before Abacha taking over. Are you getting it? He was the set of the people. He was yes, he ran to England, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he ran to England. He should understand this thing better than even me that is talking. Are you getting me? So I expected him to play more to the favor of the masses. Are you getting me? To the favor of the masses, because there is something I told my people during Buhari time. I say, when somebody doesn't want you, are you getting it? And you eventually find yourself in that position, there is a way to beat that person, not be by flogging. There are things you will do. The people self will be shocked. So this man is not like this. This man, they will begin to regret their actions and their saying. You understand? Expect Mr. President to do the needful, the right thing that the masses, the people of the street, not just a particular set of people, but everyone in the street, the widows, the orphans, the less privileged, in those, they call the people that say they see or they call commoners will be clapping for them. Are you getting me? They will not be waiting until you give those people money before they will wake up to die for you. You understand me? You don't intimidate people. You are not there to intimidate people, to oppress people, or to suppress anybody. You are supposed to be there. Are you getting it? For the masses and for everyone. Are you getting it? That the masses, the voice of the masses should be the number one thing in your mind as the leader of the people. Remember, do you know that as it is now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president, do you know he stands as a father of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
But the problem is that Nigerian people, do they trust the president enough?
Excuse me, you must not expect everybody to trust you, but let your actions speak better. And as it is now, based on what is going on now, you can see every Nigerian being angry, even those that even supported him that time. You get it? Those that even championed him and whatsoever. Today, are they happy with him? No. Why? Because the way things are going in this country. Before he came into power, I want to point out some things. Before him came into power, how much was price of fuel? So can't he do it in a way, you understand? Are you getting it? A way for everybody, the commoners, to be able to do what? To afford that fuel. To afford it. You get it? A commoner be able to have access, at least managing of data better pass my neighbor generator, even if you cannot buy mechanic or lister. You get it? So all these things are the things that I expected Mr. President to consider. Because moreover, look at the border. No, do you know that the northern side borders are open during Buhari time? But why Tinubu now lock everyone that connected to the west here?
Okay, Mr. Philo Okafor is asking about my dear brother Kunle. Mr. Kunle is okay, he's doing well. Good morning, my people are getting some ATL, the pitch state from ATL. Mr. Oladewale, God bless you this morning. God bless you, sir. Thanks for coming. Yes. Each and every one of you, we appreciate you. God bless you. We appreciate you, and we love you. Let me ask Pastor last on this, then I'll have to go to this way. I've asked Pastor Matthew close with me. Okay. Now, the oil in Nigeria, I'm asking about more on that. The oil in Nigeria, is it a blessing or a curse?
Wonderful. The blessings from the Lord can never be a curse to the people.
I'm asking about the oil of Nigeria, from Nigeria to southeast to Ondo State. Has that oil been a blessing to Nigeria, or it has been a curse?
Listen to me, and I answered again. The blessings of God does not add sorrow. it can never be a curse to the image of God, because God so much loves us and he created us in his own image. So he cannot give us a blessing that will become a curse to us. So that oil is a blessing, not a curse.
So if the oil is a blessing to Nigeria, then why are Nigerians poor? The same oil was used in Dubai, the same oil in Qatar, the same oil in Saudi Arabia. What has the oil in Nigeria
now you come to what I have said some time ago, even in this channel. The problem of Nigeria is not Nigeria, but the problem of Nigeria is the Nigerians. Yes. The Nigerian is a problem to Nigeria, because Nigeria is already blessed, and that is why I say I don't used to go to church. If I go to church, they say let us pray for Nigeria. I don't used to do that prayer. Do you know why? I understand this, that Nigeria is highly blessed in all ramifications, but the problem of Nigeria are the Nigerians. When you are mismanaging the blessings of God in a country, it will affect the country. The blessing, the mineral resources that come from this earth is a blessing. I get it, and it's not been handled or managed by the Nigeria, but it is managed by Nigeria. You get it now? So, and they are the one mismanaging it, and that is why the thing is affecting the Nigeria.
So you are thinking that it is mismanagement that is the problem?
Yes. Not that the oil or the blessing God gave us is a cause. No. We are the one mismanaging it, and we are the one that is making it to appear as if it is a cause.
So let us close with this now. Let us close.
Okay.
Our religious leaders have been accused, our pastors, our imams have been accused of working for the politicians instead of speaking the truth. You are an evangelist, you go about to preach. Just close. Do you think that our religious leaders are complicit in the problem of Nigeria?
Yes. They contribute, if I'm not mistaken, 50 to 60%. Are you getting it? Hereby, if you follow me up, most of the times when I used to come out for evangelism to preach the gospel, I don't spare anybody. I don't speak based on tribe. Any area you are making mistake, you are getting it wrong, I say it. I will tell you. If you like, take it. If you like, you don't take it. I have told you the truth. Are you getting it? That is me, and I don't bloody care.
Okay, evangelist.
The religious leaders, in fact, they are mostly the problem we are having in Nigeria. Do you know why I say so? The politicians comes to them. Do you know that many churches today have turned the house of God to a campaign center?
So we are campaigning for politicians. Yes, so about that tomorrow. Let me have Baba is another man understanding, and Mr. Lawrence. Thanks for coming. And I really appreciate you, Evangelist Ben. God bless you once again.
You're welcome.
So let me ask about this morning. Okay, let me go on mic again. Good morning, sir. So Mr. Asa and Mr. Lawrence, both of you, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So we are looking at the fact that, let me start from you. You are another man. You have experience. So I'm a Yoruba person. We always taught to respect elders. Now, even as Africans here, Baba, have you enjoyed Nigeria as a country?
I cannot say yes. I can't say yes that I'm enjoying Nigeria as a country. Just as you asked initially, if oil is a blessing or cost to Nigeria, and I will tell you, it's not that oil is a cost. It's not a cost. But human being can turn the blessing of God to a cost. The blessing of God. Just take the example of Solomon. You know about Solomon. God blessed Solomon with wisdom and intelligence. God gave him excellent spirit. And God also enriched Solomon, isn't it? He became very rich. But Solomon, instead of him to utilize the blessing of God in a way that it will please God, Solomon started to rubbish himself
Which do you agree with Asunjo Okafor who is saying that Buhari and Tinubu are the most greatest non-performing head of state?
The greatest,
Non-performing head of state.
you know, it is no doubt, no doubt. Even the poverty that Nigeria is facing now, all these things happened during Buhari and this very tenure. You know, it was not worst from Yaradua to Jonathan, but it became worst in the very time of Buhari. And you know, sometimes today, let me just take it, put this in a blanket. Today, they are saying, let you to come up, let you to take control, isn't it? But I was surprised when Buhari was coming. The youth of Nigeria, they were saying, say Baba, say Baba. I asked the same youth, how are you? You appreciate Buhari to come back? They say yes, let Buhari come back. Then I say to youth, a person that ruled Nigeria after 30 years, the person come back to the same country to become a president. Don't you see that there is no hope for that country? I will tell them that Nigeria has no hope. If a person that ruled us after 30 years, the same person can come back. You know, Nigeria has no hope. They send you to say, yes, let him come back. And when Buhari come back, they started to cry. You know, that makes me to say, Nigerians want something. Either they want something, they don't know what they want, or they want something, they don't know how to get it. So that tenor from Buhari till now made Nigerians, you know, made Nigeria to become worse. Let me keep on telling you what I was saying before. This one was just so. The oil is not a cause, but like as I was telling you that Solomon married many wives, 700 wives, 300 concubines, and women started to spoil him until they deviated Solomon. Solomon started to worship an idol. So the blessing of God was the blessing of God, but the way Solomon used it made it to turn to another thing. So God blessed us with so many mineral resources. But Nigerians leaders, let's be open, they are very, very greedy. What is running for them now is competition of how many jets do you have? How many cars do you have? Your amount of money in the bank. That is what is reigning, and nobody think about citizens any longer. Okay, that competition is going on and on. So that's oil now is a blessing, but they turn it to a curse.
So Baba, I'm sorry, I have to rush you this morning because I just feel Mr. Femi, Pastor is here. Let me ask him this personal question. It's from the southeast part of Nigeria, but even though it's like his mom or a dad from Yoruba side, but that's one side, he's in Nigeria. Mr. Lawrence, the interior decorator. Now everybody's agreeing that the best governor in the southeastern part of Nigeria, or even maybe Nigeria, is Governor Alex Otti. And I'm asking this question: does it mean that other Igbo governors, other even Nigerian governors, were not voted for? Well, does it mean that Alex Otti was really voted for? That's why he's performing. Let me ask you.
Yes, you know, our mostly Africa or Nigeria, when you use your hand and choose your leader, and that your leader you choose, you already know the in and out of that your leader. It cannot disappoint you. At least you will try to go like 75 over 100. Now, Alex Otti is the governor of Abia State, and the Abia people did what? Selected that man, vote for that man.
Mr. Video Okafor is saying that that you, elderly man, you are talking intelligently and wisely about the oil being a blessing or something else. So he's appreciating you. But continue, sir.
Yeah, the Abia State people vote for Alex Otti and put Alex Otti there and back that man. That's the reason why Alex Otti is performing very well. Check other states that people that enter there with power, with federal power. You see that the whole state, they are not working at all to show that it's not the citizen of the people, the citizen of the land, or the citizen of the state put the governors. Are you getting me? That is the reason why that other governors they are not performing like Alex Oti. Let me use the example as Lagos State here now. When they do election, 2023 election, Lagos State governor. Now you see that the people mind is not the people politician mind. They choose the person they want. It's not the one the citizens want. And if the person the politician wants must do whatever the politician told them. It's not what the citizens do. I remember former governor of Lagos State, Sowolu, was Ambode, people vote for Ambode, and you see that Ambode, when the time of regime of Ambode is the best governor in Nigeria.
Then why did he was removed?
Because of the godfather or not godfather. Are you guys what happened for Ambode is what tried to happen in Alex Oti again. You remember the minute Alex Oti started work, within 3 good months, we see the good record of Alex Oti. After 6 months, we see the man is doing what he improving.
Let me ask you this question. The deputy speaker of House of Rep in Nigeria, Mr. Benjamin Kalu, is from Abia State. He's saying that Alex Oti is performing well, but it will be removed. That APC is going to win Abia State to honor President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Do you think that the people of Abia State may want to remove the governor of their state?
Listen, when they make a little cat to enter forest, the little cat wants to come outside. Do you think that little cat will be normal little cat? The little cat will turn to like a beast. Now, for 24 good years in Abia State, from Ojus Okalu to the former governor before Alex Oti.
Good morning to all the views. Good morning, Mr. Blessing Adams. Yes, there's this person is standing at the background. Just Nama Jupiogo Onoha. Good morning. Oladewale, I've been reading your comment. Mr. Femi is coming to. Mr. Olawale, stay with me. You commented in Yoruba, I can read it. Mr. Femi, you come and continue to do justice to what you are saying. So continue, sir.
Now, what happened in Lagos State when they see that the governor of Lagos State gets the love of the masses on the streets, so the cabals of APC they go underground to remove the best governor in the Lagos State, that is Ambode. That's what will happen in Abia State. But I can bet you that what happened in Lagos State cannot happen in Abia State. Why? Because the little cat already grew, and inside the jungle, inside the bush. Now it cannot come outside. A big dog come outside to kill that a little cat that grow in the jungle, in the bush. Now, as I said, this Alex Oti now is already doing what? Give Abia State little life. Are you getting me? Little life. Abia, understand what is life. Light, good roads, education, business, and so on and so forth. Now somebody from another place that want to remove that little lifestyle with the person, is it possible? My brother, all of them in Abia State will turn, all of them will turn to what? A beast. To do it is to crush whatever want to remove that food for their mouth.
Okay, Mr. Lawrence, let me apologize to you here. Maybe I've offended you. I didn't give you much time, but tomorrow you have Baba again. I'll have you. But then I have Baba now. I'll have you before you go. So Lawrence, we are very sorry. You are doing almost getting to 2 hours, so we have to close here. But thanks for coming. I love your opinion is always valid. So thanks for coming, sir. God bless you. But Baba, let me close it to them. Go have Pastor Martin. Because I'm watching.
Where I want to go is the question you asked about the pastors. Repeat that question.
No, I said the pastors in Nigeria, they have been accused of being complicit in supporting politicians instead of supporting the masses in Nigeria.
Yes, sorry to say this. There is something that people don't understand with the pastors. When we talk about pastors, we generalize. We like to generalize. It's not like that. There are pastors that are sincere, that are there to work for the Lord, and they are saying the truth.
But will everybody hear what they are saying? Politicians like to draw closer to them the pastors that are saying whatever politicians want. It had also happened even in the Bible. In the Old Testament, there are so many fake prophets that were prophesying the will of the kings. And whenever they prophesy, the king will always fail because they are not saying the truth. So there are pastors that are there for the truth, but in their little corner, nobody hear them. And I don't want us to generalize the thing, because there are also faithful men of God. There are also faithful pastors till today that keep on saying the truth. But it depends on us, the way we can, the truth are being said in many ways, in many ways. Sometimes we don't understand the really truth said by some pastors. And the fake pastors, yes, there are fake pastors, although we don't know them, we can't point and say this is a fake pastor. They are doing their job, and the really pastor, the sincere pastor of God, are also doing their job. I don't want us to generalize everything.
So, Baba, thanks for the wisdom and the insights. Thanks for coming, sir. Your opinion have been made known. But tomorrow, if you come more earlier, we are going to argue more. Okay, no problem. God bless you. Let me have what famous Pastor Matthew, or Mr. Matthew, as popularly known in this part of Lagos. Mr. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning.
So, we are looking at the fact that, let me read from the tax reform bill. I want to focus on the tax reform bill of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, even though it has been meeting some stiff resistance from the northern people. Now, this is what I have with me. I have this little piece of information with me about the tax reform bill, and I want everybody to listen, even though I've read some parts of it. Bola Tinubu's tax reform bill at a glance. Number one, zero-rated VAT and other incentives to promote export in goods, services and intellectual property. Two, tax exemption for small businesses, including WHT, VAT and 0% CIT. Number three, exemption for personal income tax for minimum wage earners and reduced tax burden for over 90% of private and public sector workers. Number four, VAT and 0% for food, education, health and exemption for rent and public transportation. This item constitutes an average of 80% of household consumption and nearly 100% for low-income households to ameliorate the rising cost of living for the masses. There are many things about this tax reform bill that may be good. Mr. Matthew, this morning, why do you think that there are blockades, there are this anti-Tinubu tax bill, people that don't want the bill to see that lot of people. People are calling it, people, they are calling them saboteurs, they are calling them parasites. Do you agree that in the northern Nigeria, they are against the progress of Nigeria?
They are parasites, if I should say. But before I say that, let me quickly say something. Yes. Why is it that all the defense of the Tinubu tax team, why are they not mentioning the area that seek to increase value-added tax from 7.5% to 12.5% by January? Why are they silent on that? Why are they silent on that? Having said that,
before you start commenting, Mr. Sino Akan for executive said, good morning, thanking Pastor Matthew for being, because he's an intelligent and educated person. Continue, Pastor Matthew.
So having said that,
Pastor Matthew, Paul of Bukowo is asking you, I hope that your church doesn't pay tithe. So continue.
No, I'm not against payment of tax.
He said, Mr. Bukowo said, Pastor Matthew, I hope that your church doesn't pay tithe.
Why the question?
I don't understand.
No, tithe is biblical. That may be another conversation for another day. But to face this issue squarely, you see, the issue that has to do with this tax reform, I think it's interest oriented. To be quite honest with you, the North is reaping where they did not sow. We are talking about consumption tax. We are talking about value-added tax. If you have MTN in Lagos, they have their branch in Kano, in Sokoto, in Delta, as the case may be, all the tax that accrue from all the court law, all the courts that across the nation, before now go into a pool where they use population equity to share it, and the north is always at advantage. In some cases they use the number of local governments. Now you are saying where in terms of derivation, in terms of consumption costs, sorry, consumption tax, this bill is not bad, because what we seek to do is let 60% go to area that is adding the value, area that is consuming. Let 40% be shared, sorry, let 20% be shared on the basis of equity. Then let the other 20% be shared on the basis of population. So it's fair enough. The argument is, even the same Lagos that seek to collect what rightly belongs to them, that hitherto before now, the Lord have been leveraging on, have been cheating on Niger Delta without remorse. I don't know whether you saw the position of Senator Edison, the former governor of Bayelsa State. He's talking about paying tax that accrues to federal inland revenue service through oil and gas industry. Almost all the oil majors in Nigeria have their headquarters in Lagos here. They have the operation in Niger Delta. By the time they collect paying tax, it goes to Lagos State because they are headquartered there. Of course, that is best explain the concern raised by Kwakwaso over how Lagos State take away their taxes. So what is source for the good is equally source for the gander. If you want value added tax, consumption tax to reflect in the essence of it, yes, I'm not against it. But the same way, those oil majors, the paying tax on the personnel who are working there, let equally go to the areas where you have the operation of those companies. Because that's where the value is added. But for not to say you must not allow this to say true is because it will tamper on the lifeline of the North. Because North have been leveraging on these taxes at the expense of the South. Lagos State accounts for almost 70% of money that goes to federal inland revenue service. So if it be is to say true, Lagos State will even be richer than Nigeria. That's the truth of the matter. And that is not by accident, because we have the population here. Here is a big market. The reason
I'm sorry, Mr. Oladewale is asking, why are they silent about the 10% consultancy tax, the one he did in Lagos? Or continue.
When you see Western world, they look up to Nigeria for partnership. It's because of the population we have, not because we have anything to offer in terms of the ability of the government to compete competitively with other parts of the world. And that population will have more of it in Lagos. So when you produce for Lagos market, and you are talking of consumption tax, obviously Lagos should consume it. You cannot ban, I don't like going this way, but let me just say it. You cannot ban consumption of alcohol. I will not mention any state anyway. You cannot ban consumption of alcohol in your state. I want to turn back to leverage on the consumption tax that accrues from alcohol. Is that a hypocrisy? And that is the position some people want us to stick to. Because I know some places in this country, if they see a truckload of alcohol, they break it. They have law enforcement agency that does that. At the same time, when they share money that comes from alcohol in the form of tax, you go and collect. And this big seek to correct it. Is it not, for me, it's fair. Personally, I don't take alcohol. And I cannot say the person that want to take alcohol should not take alcohol. And if essentially they want to share tax that accrue from alcohol, and as a state you forbid it, you enforce the law that forbids it, and you want to leverage on that tax, for me, you are not justified to earn from it.
So he continued, 10% consultancy tax is huge. So I'm asking you to stay with me. He wrote something in Yoruba. I'll be having Mr. Femi after you, then we're just going to talk about it. But Mr. Matthew, if, like I said last week, at any critical junction in Nigeria, our sovereignty is always been threatened. What does that say about the issue of Nigeria? That's number one. Number two, let me quickly ask you on Ghana's election. Ghana had an election over the weekend. We saw it went. There were few, obviously, 100%. But I can say, for example, 70 or 80%. But we saw it and it happened. Then our INEC chairman is saying that Ghanaians copied their electoral successes from Nigeria's election. We saw Ghana, the only party that considered the field opposition as won. It was almost free and fair, at least to some extent. What does that say about Nigeria, big giant of Africa, if we cannot conduct ourselves well in the eyes of the global world, then compared to Ghana, which seems to be our equal small brothers?
And the chairman have no moral standard to say Ghana copy from us because we have not gotten it right. We are all witnesses to what transpired in the 2023 presidential election and almost all the elections that took place. We saw how people who feel dissatisfied with the process pursue their case up to Supreme Court. But as we have it, Supreme Court have validated all the elections and we have people in positions of authority. We are saying that they should reduce human interference in our electoral system. It is wrong for INEC chairman in Nigeria. Of course, they have no moral standard to start saying that Ghana copy from us because we are not there yet. We have not gotten it right. Now, Ghana is even leading when it comes to democracy in Africa ahead of Nigeria. Because I've seen in Nigeria under the election, though the president refused to make that same, will I call it a mistake? I don't want to say reckless, so it doesn't look as if I'm respecting the president. Before the election, Mr. President was caught on camera asking people, do you want Edo back? They said yes. He said, and the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I'll give it to you. He spoke in his capacity as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria because he laid emphasis on that, his position. And we saw how the election went in Edo State. Even if the election was substantially free and fair, that statement alone is already created a perception to shape people's mind. If we have a country of that nature, how can the INEC chairman be saying, what is it called, Ghana copy from Nigeria?
So you seem to disagree with the fact that Ghana is not copy from Nigeria, which is supposed to be the giant of Africa.
I disagree. And to start answer the other question, I told you the other day that Nigeria is not one. We read the statement that came from Nnamdi Azikiwe, Tafawa Balewa, and Awolowo. We saw their disposition. It pointed to the fact that it's British government that forced us together as one. Though it is not entirely wrong if it is a unanimous agreement that came from the people, but we have been coerced. That is why when Britain wanted to exit the European Union, there were position, there were people who were for the exit, people who were for Britain to remain in that union. Nobody handed anybody, nobody intimidated anybody, nobody shot anybody. The majority had their way, the minority had their say. But here in Nigeria, the majority want to have their way and they want to deny the minority from having their say.
So Mr. Martin, you are closing. Now, like I said, our sovereignty is being threatened. But do you think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has political will? Because looking at 2027, every politician, what's always on their mind is election. So it's a fact, all politicians, or maybe all of them, almost all of them. What are the pressure from the north? I don't know about suspending the tax bill or might go ahead with it, looking at what may happen to the same presidential election.
If Tinubu suspend the tax bill or continue with it, it will not make any difference to the north. They already formed a perception. They already created a perception in the north. They already have a thinking that this is who he is. So if you validate his mandate in 2027, definitely he's going to continue that trajectory. And if not for any other person, go and check Tinubu's statement before the election. I think it was a Tinubu colloquium of a year before that election, where we were talking about how to open the tax net, how to make Nigerians poorer, how to slow down the economy. And if you look at after 1 year and some months of his government, he has almost achieved all that. So I think at a glance, nobody can have said that this is who Tinubu is. He's interested. Federal government getting more money at every point in time. He's interested in more tax. even at the expense of the welfare of the citizens. So I think you can confidently judge what his presidency will be if he eventually have another mandate in 2027. To answer your question directly, with or without, whether he suspend the bid, he go ahead with the bid, the North already formed opinion about who it is. It will not make a difference in the North shaping, in what will shape opinion of the North as to who they will vote for 2027.
So, we must close here. Thanks for coming and God bless you.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to buy my charger for night. You do anyhow.